Hey guys, it's Chet, and we're getting ready to take our antique camper up to the top of the property to our man camp, and we needed a spare tire, so
And see, this is my new brother.
I had Bennett pull the spare tire out of the antique horse trailer here. It's got some old 15s on it, and they're 4.5 inch center. And I had a spare, but it was like 5.5 inch on the lug, so I had to come back here in my old Premier horse trailer. This is an old one, so I had him pull the spare out of this. We're going to throw on this old camper here. Or so we haul it up top where we're building our man camp. So come over here. Braxton's helping. The rubber mallet was needed. Bennett's hauling that bad boy. We're using Old Blue, the 79 Ford here. Anyways, we got a little driftwood here, old timey. It's all wood panel and whatnot, but she had a flat, been sitting here, and we're gonna pull a horse trailer tire off here and put her on the old one, and then we're gonna trug it up the hill. So it's kind of a beat up old camper here. We got it for free from a neighbor. We cleaned it all up on the inside, and I fixed the roof, so we'll use it for hunting cabin up top. So we'll see if we can get this on, and we'll pull it up, and we'll click it on here when we start heading up the mountain here with Old Blue pulling this bad boy. Alright, stay tuned. Hey guys, this is Chet. Welcome to Man Camp. So, did a little blurb here the other day about swapping out an antique horse trailer tire out onto this old RV. We're going to drag it up to the top of the mountain. Well, I thought I'd kind of filming us getting it up the hill there with Old Blue, and it turns out that there's some reasons that you just don't film the circus, for the fact that it is the circus. And that's kind of what it was, getting it up the hill. A little bit of a circus here with me and the boys, and some sharp angles and going through a tight gate and whatnot. But anyways, I'm going to show you where our camp is here at the top of the property. And me and the boys had camped here in the spring, in the fall, when it's a little cold out, and you can have a fire up here and whatnot. But we'll show you the grounds, and we'll show the old trailer here that we're going to use for our base camp for hunting season and whatnot. So let's take a look. So this here is our driftwood. Alright, a neighbor was kind enough to give this old thing to me. I was bugging him for long enough and asked him, what are you going to do with that trailer, man? It was sitting there kind of leaking, and well, it's not really roadworthy, but it sure is top of the hill worthy, so that's what we're going to do. A lot of open pasture out here. There's our campfire ring there that we built last year, and kind of built it up into a nice tight cone there so we could do a little cooking on the top and also protect it from the wind. But what our terrain is like here is all open pasture. This thing that you see here in front of us, this is actually full of water for most of the year, and that spring down below that feeds that stock tank, this thing will percolate up, and it's got about 2.5 feet or so of water in it for most of the year, and then it settles down into this bowl here that ends up perking out the bottom of the mountain. And I believe there's probably like a big volcanic bowl, you know, up under here that ends up feeding out down at the bottom of the mountain here. But this is our campsite. Last year we had a very nice tent here, and that was eaten by my horse, believe it or not. So I thought, well, we can't camp in a tent. Nice tent, kind of cabin tent there set up, but the horse ate it. So we'll take a look at the driftwood. I thought, well, they might rub against it, and my horse eats tents, so we'll see how she does on this thing here. They'll probably rub on it, but little driftwood camper. And it's the old classic. Got the teal appliances. There's a few wasps in here. You know, we have yellow jackets out here really, really bad. And we're always spraying for them around the house. And I have to put foggers in my pump houses and in my outbuildings and everything else. And this is yellow jacket country here, them old German yellow jackets. And they get in everything. There's a few in here. There's a few there getting up on the door there and whatnot. And I've already fogged this here camper a couple times, but the ceiling was kind of caving in, and this old thing didn't even belong to the trailer. But little cab over bed there, and a dinette and a bed here, and an old big old heater, and a little potty in here. This is a 1964. It's got the beautiful little teal stove here. We've been cleaning it up and working on it. It's got an all the teal old ceramic sink, and it ain't in too bad a shape aside for the roof leak pretty good, and that kind of drops down as a bed. And this is a couch and a little closet. Hey, who's that good looking guy? Anyways, so this is going to be our man camp. You know, last year we got to do some hunting up here. There's antelope. I'll come up over the hill here, you know, on the four-wheeler and shit. There'll be antelope up here, and elk, and nice big old muleys, and there's a lot of animals out here. So it's going to be a perfect base here for man camp. And it was hell bringing it up here, but we got it here, so there it is. So thought I'd show you guys man camp, and we'll take an evolution of man camp. So this is where me and the boys are going to camp out for hunting season. Got our sweet fire pit there. My wife calls this the hobo camper. We got the sweet hobo camper, and what we're going to do is we're going to kind of fence this off here. I'll put like 4 posts around this and the campsite and whatnot. And every once in a while we get livestock or elk that kind of come through. They break the fences down. It's really hard to keep the fences up back here, so they'll break the fences down, and I'll come back, you know, and they'll be back here just running hell on everything. So we'll put a little fence around this to see if we can't keep them from just totally beating it up. But like I said, my horse, she likes eating tents. And if I come back here with the Toyota, she just gets everything up out of the back of the truck, man. 5-gallon buckets and tools and everything in her mouth. Picks it up, takes it out, drops it, checks it out. You know, she's real mouthy, so I'm kind of curious to see what she does here on this thing before I get it fenced out. So this here's our man camp. I'll show you guys when this thing's full of water and stuff here, early fall through spring. It's pretty cool. We get ducks up in here, just bizarre, you know, kind of like a little caldera pit or something. But it's really surprising that there's even water out here, because it's like the high desert, you know. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, this hole here will just perk up, filled with water, 2.5 feet of water. It's just the most bizarre thing. So when it's got water in it, we'll check it out. I'll show you guys that. But what we're going to do is we're going to hop on a little Suzuki here. I thought I would show you guys man camp, and I'd kill 2 birds here with 1 stone. So since I came up to do a little man camp review and show you where we finally hauled the trailer to and what it looked like, we're going to go down in here, and I'm going to check that stock tank, make sure it's still flowing. So I went ahead and I opened all the pastures. Horses got access to all of them. So I got an automatic one down at the house, and it just runs on my main pump on an automatic ballast. So my pumpkin horse, she gets everything up out of the pickup and whatever. It eats tents and whatnot. She'll get something out of the back of this here trough, bite that line. She'll pull that line up out of that whole spring and just eat the shit out of it. It's just, she's the most mouthiest beast I've ever seen. So we'll go and check it and make sure she hasn't jerked the line out of it. And I'll take you guys down there with me. But this is Man Camp Part 2. I showed you Part 1 there, where we're pulling the tire off and putting it on here. I thought I'd get the whole thing in one frame, but Obviously that ain't happening. It got dark on us and it was a little hectic. And I'll tell you what, it's a hell of a drive coming up here to the top of the place. So stay tuned. We'll check that horse trough and we'll head back home. Alright guys, this is Chet. We're signing out. Thanks for watching.